So thinking about being out in the rain is almost worse, almost always worse than actually being out in the rain. You know, I'm walking around and yeah, it's raining out and it's really not that bad. But if I was inside looking out, I would say, ooh, that looks really bad out there. I'm not going to actually go out there. I sort of think that this is a good analogy for life, for things that we actually do, is looking around and sort of looking through a glass and looking at the outside world. We're almost always intimidated and scared by it, and we think that it's a lot more worse than what it actually is. And then you go and do it, and you're like, yeah, I'm just a little wet. It's not that big of a deal. And, you know, I think we sort of need to think about that. It's like, hey, you know, it's not as scary as we think it is. Once we jump out and we get through and we stop looking at the outside world through a glass, through some windows, and we just jump into it and start doing something, you almost inevitably always learn something, inevitably realize that it's not that big of a deal. It's just actually doing something. But you have to actually go and do it. You have to take that step and be part of it. Sometimes, like right now, I started walking before it started raining. And I was kind of thrust into the moment of being rained on. And yeah, I'm kind of like, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. But sometimes you have to make that decision to go for a walk in the rain, even though it looks scary out there. For some reason. Honestly, most of the time it's not that bad. So I just encourage you to, whatever it is, if you're actually going for a walk, don't worry about the rain. It's not going to hurt you. And then if you're thinking about this as an analogy for your life, it ain't going to hurt you that bad. If you go and step out and the weather is not as nice as you think it is, and you take one little tiny step outside of your domain, and it looks scary, and it looks kind of cloudy out, do that step. I think you'll end up appreciating the fact that you actually did it and enjoying the process. I almost always love walking in the rain. Once I'm walking in the rain, it's one of my favorite things. It smells nice. You feel alive. You feel like, wow, I was a real trooper. All sorts of things that you feel. And it's a great sensation. I encourage you to go and do that. And then once you walk in the rain, you come back, you get dried up. And man, there's nothing better than getting all dried up with a nice warm towel and maybe a hot shower after you're soaked from walking in the rain. All right, take care and have a wonderful day.